Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the inaugural Final Fantasy XIV Friday stream. That's right, it's inaugural. It's the first of its kind, but it won't be the last. I'm Adam Wolf, and this is Final Fantasy XIV. We are going to be continuing our journey through Endwalker, or at least through Shadowbringers, at least right now. We're in patch 5.1, and we've still got a little ways to go through Shadowbringers. We're at post-expansion content, and then we'll be making our way through Endwalkers, and hopefully these 2 hours on Friday will be enough to get us through Endwalker and be ready for Dawn Trail when it comes out later this year. So, Huffman, you're asking where I got it. These are actually, this is an official overlay. This is an official overlay that Square Enix provided. They have it on their website, which is pretty cool. So, I'm actually really happy that they had it. They had all these animated, backgrounds and stuff. They have the Stinger transition, this little border around my camera. They have the subscriber alert, which I have activated, so it's really nice. I'm really happy with it, and I decided to recreate a new intro video, and I hope that was somewhat enjoyable. It's very simple, but I'm proud of it. So hopefully maybe we'll get more people. Maybe more people will start to notice that the stream is live this late, which is not usually the case. But today was a really good day. It was a very good day. Bowling was... Man, tonight was the best night I've ever had. 215, 217, and 193. Fell off a little bit on the third game, but that's okay. I didn't have a problem with that at all. It's way above my average, so I don't care. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we play more Final Fantasy XIV. I'm going to see if the keyboard and mouse even feels good. It probably doesn't, given that even at the 1080p resolution level, it doesn't really hold. Well, I guess it holds 60 FPS, but it might be the VSync that they use in this game that causes the lag in the mouse, so it's probably not going to feel great. Yeah, great games tonight. I'm really happy, and I was super excited about doing this. This is how it's going to be for a little while, okay? This is going to be how it's going to be for a little while. 10 o'clock at night. We still have probably like half a year almost in bowling until it's over for the season, but maybe not even half a year. But let me swap this over to keyboard and mouse. Actually, it doesn't feel too bad. It's really just the mouse itself moving like that doesn't feel great. But other than that, like that's really like minuscule amounts of like input. Like we don't really use that very much. But I was thinking about getting back into... It's 10 p.m. in case you haven't certainly noticed. Oh, I have. That was the point. I bowl until like 9, so that's the way it's going to be for another few months until we're done with bowling, and then it'll go to a regular 7 p.m. Schedule. Yeah, this doesn't feel too bad. I've been thinking about getting back to keyboard and mouse with this game because, I mean, I used to play MMOs with keyboard and mouse a lot. So, first things first, though, not inventory. I'm an idiot. We gotta swap the soul crystal. Oops, stop it. Or we actually don't have to do that. We could just do this. Beautiful. There it is. Now, it's been a while. I don't remember the rotation. Let me swap back over to controller and see what the rotation is. Alright, so we've got Ruin 3, Try Disaster. There's the other two abilities there, and then there. Okay, obviously this will be a lot easier on keyboard and mouse because I have so much more palette room. You know, the worst part is that I don't want to go away from controller just because I'm so used to it. I may not. The keyboard is just easier to type with, so I might as well just use it for that. Yeah, screw it. We'll just stick with controller. Okay, let's get on with where we were. I don't remember. We're gonna have to find out. We're in Twine. And teleport there. Let's move on with the main story. As you can see, I've set my camera perfectly in the slot that I had for when I was streaming this on the PlayStation 5. Camera was put nicely in the corner, so no elements are going to be obscured from your view. I don't even remember where we are. And fear not, I do have a cutscene scene on my OBS, so once a cutscene goes, we're gonna make sure that, you know, you guys can see the whole thing. This doesn't count. Crap. I knew that was there. You've come at a good time. We've just this moment finished repairing the Talos and trolley you lot took to Naboth Areng. Trolley was no trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man, that Chai knows. Chai knows? It's racist. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magnus still refuses to see all the good we can do with it. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Valtamont here didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is it you need, friend? I need a yes. I see. And this familiar requires clay from Amarang. Well, look no further. If anyone can find you some quality clay, it's us. Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other, waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Biron mines to make adobe bricks. Oh, that's where adobe came from. The place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than to look there. Okay. Yes. Hey. Yes. This one. Oh man, it's been a while. I never meant for it to be a little while, but I was trying to figure out a proper schedule for everything, and well, this just wasn't slotted in very well. I couldn't figure out where to put this game, and you know, the weekends are meant to be for doing YouTube videos and having a life outside of doing the work. So I was like, I don't know where I'm gonna be able to get back into this game, and so I was like, that's why I put out the can I fly here? I can. Okay, never mind. I put out the poll to see what you guys wanted, and y'all voted for Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm happy to oblige. I just need to get the intro video made up and really set it up. Good timing, train. Oh my god, dude. These freaking trains, I swear to god. So here we are. We finally made it happen. And I'm very excited. We're going to be focusing on just the main scenario quest because we are so... We've been at max level for like 10 years. So... I hope the desert creatures didn't give you too much trouble on the way here. I don't think they could, seeing as how I was flying. I doubt they pose any sort of challenge to him. Would that I could say the same with confidence about whatever fiend may be waiting for us out there. Even if the light that Reen sensed during turns out to be nothing of consequence, the empty is hardly the most welcoming of places. Anything that could survive out there is not to be trifled with. Moreover, it should be reiterated that the light-blasted wasteland poseth a severe threat as any foe we might face. In any event, we are in agreement that this phenomenon doth warrant investigation. Though for lack of more precise means of navigation, we must needs rely on Reen's innate abilities to guide us. I have formed several hypotheses regarding the nature of the light, but speculation is a poor substitute for first-hand observation. Yes. There'll be plenty of time for us to talk about it on the way. Is the Sky Slipper ready, Thancred? Ready to take us wherever we need to go, aye. Back again, too, maybe, if we ask it nicely. Looks like crap. Though the light hath been expunged from Norvrant, the ambient aether of the empty is still corrupted, dangerously so, in fact. The flood of light devastated everything in its wake, the soil, the air, the water, all rendered incapable of supporting life. 'Tis due to this imbalance that the empty remaineth utterly uninhabitable even a century thereafter. That's why we're taking every possible precaution. Between etherometers I've packed and Reen's unique abilities, we should be able to detect and measure any fluctuations in our alignments. Love how the camera's still panning. According to the Crystarium scouts, a few days out there won't affect us to any noticeable degree, but much longer than that, and we risk becoming sin eaters. Since we still don't know how Chocobos and Amara will fare in the empty, we opted for a more mechanical mode of transportation. This comes courtesy of the researchers at the Mine, who found it in the Crystal Tower and restored it to working order. It does look a bit rickety, though. It's quite safe, I promise. The person in charge said he'll have parts delivered from the Crystarium should anything break. He seemed quite eager to see what we bring back from the empty, even though I told him we're not hunting for treasure. I'll introduce you if we have a chance to stop by Mordsuk at some point. Yeah, I really don't care to meet the guy. Anyway, I think that covers everything. When you're ready to leave, just say the word. Word. Well then, shall we? Yes. With a name like The Empty, I wasn't expecting much in the way of pleasant scenery, but this is downright depressing. To look on the land swallowed by the flood with mine own eyes, 'tis a chilling sight indeed. Approximately 9/10 of this world are as this, a slate, but all but wiped clean. Were it not for the warriors of darkness and Minfilia. Reen, are you sure we're heading in the right direction? Yes, I'm certain. There's no telling how far away it is, though. Nothing for it but to keep going then. You two back there may as well take a nap. I have a feeling we've a good few malms ahead of us. With how fast this damn thing's going, I don't think it'll take us that long. I have to say, it's a touch larger than I was expecting. And is it sleeping? What the hell is that? Well, that answers that question. Just like shooting romp rats back on Tatooine. No, it's waking up. I don't like the sound of that. Is it a light warden? No, I don't think so. Instead of being filled with light, it is light. The first Sin Eater. It's side content? Oh. Long have I strived to unravel the mystery surrounding the flood of light, to discover what set that terrible cataclysm in motion. Every thread led to the same conclusion, the same single point. Or single being. I have reason to believe that the entity we see before us is the first Sin Eater, the instigator of the flood, the very foe Minfilia vanquished a century ago. She gave everything she had and won. But this abomination could undo her work. Aye, the possibility cannot be denied, though it is oft said that destruction and creation are but two sides of the same coin. Reen, knowest thou of what I speak? The power to shape reality, to bend the laws of nature, for what was once shattered may be forged anew. It's all well and good, but don't you think we should give it a name first? Eden. Ooh. They're going biblical. Utopia in Fae. A most auspicious title. Actually, Eden is, well, I mean English, but, you know. Now that that's settled, perhaps we should find a spot to set up camp. I even brought a couple of tents on the off chance, but pitching the damn things is something of a fine art. Does anyone fancy helping me? They all do, apparently. So apparently this is raid content, and it's good. Well then, I guess the main scenario quest that it was tied to was more or less to just introduce it. Wait. I know this song. Dude, where else was this song? I remember this song, but this wasn't in Final Fantasy XIV, was it? This is in a different Final Fantasy game. I never realized that putting tents up could be such a bother. Still, I'm glad that we got there in the end. Thancred should be back from scouting the area soon. Once he's here, we can plan our next move. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Ghoul in Mordsuk or Yal in Yulmore. Okay, so now it's side content. Okay, that's fine. I mean, the game rips off a lot of the old games with names and characters. I mean, I suppose. Obviously, Cid is a common character. Let's just get our carbuncle out here. This was in Final Fantasy VII, I think. This song. No, Final Fantasy VIII, right? I think this is 8. Yo, let's go. No, no, no. Alright, let's find out where this is. Rubicant is in the game as a boss somewhere as side content. I don't know who Rubicant is. Does that make me a bad person? Alright. I'm gonna go back to Twine. Oh, this is Final Fantasy IV. I didn't play Final Fantasy IV yet. I still have to play through 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's really strange that was like main scenario quests and then it turns into side quests. But then I have to come back here to continue the main scenario. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Whatever works. I have doubts that we're going to be seeing, or that you're going to be seeing the subscriber notification anytime soon, but it's pretty cool. I won't lie. I like it. It's simple, but it's nice. Okay. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to remember everything here. Oh, Sage's Path. Let's get rid of all the other stuff. Yeah, it's possible that we may never actually see my notification used, but I like it. It's there. It's different. It's themed to this, so. And I've got something in the works for Battlefield Tuesdays as well, so hopefully my vision can come to fruition, but that'll be dependent on a few factors. If not, I got a backup idea, but overall. Okay, we're already back to the first spot, so is it... It's nowhere around here. It's on that, isn't it? It's like they're all on it, but... There, what? How did I miss that? Wow, I'm blind. Oh no. Let's see if I remember how this works. Yeah, I think I got it. Then he'll go away. Then I can summon Ifrit and all the others. We'll get back to the grasp of things. Also, I'll have to set up the hot bars for next time so I can use the keyboard and mouse again. I don't hate the controller, obviously. I think the controller was really well set up, but I can use a keyboard and mouse on my PS5, so it'll be nice to get back to keyboard and mouse playing an MMO again. As good as the controller was set up for this game, I mean, when it comes to MMOs, keyboard and mouse kind of just can't be beaten. Are there people fighting this? Oh my god, there's one person, two people. Is this a world boss? Whoa! I don't remember that. I don't remember that changing at all. Ooh, that's different. Woo! Yo, they changed some stuff, dude. Ooh! What the hell just happened? What just happened? I've got no res here, do I? I don't even know where Reunion is. What the hell just happened? I wasn't paying attention to the... Oh, wow. Okay. This thing is literally a world boss. I just got dunked on, dude. I got world boss to absolute hell. The Azim Step? Dude, I don't even remember where this is. Holy crap. That thing literally just decided to take a dump on my head, bro. I don't even know what happened. Was I tagged with something? No idea what happened. But I think I just got a taste of getting crapped on for the first time in months. The twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. Well, that's nice. You have the clay, I take it. Wonderful. We need but combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with the Fey lantern. After that, it'll be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Becklug, I have a question. In the event that we had need of this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Halric and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there's a chance the spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state combined with a strong desire to help them can drastically increase the magic's effect. And you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few in all of Norvrent that more dedicated to find a cure. Is that not so, Valtamont? Why, absolutely, she's the best woman for the job. I just want to get on her good side. That's all I want. I just want to stay there and let everybody know she's the one to talk to. Very few, but if aught should go awry, I'll see what I can do. No, absolutely, she's the best woman for the job. I'll give it my all for Halric, for Tesleen. Then we are all of a mind on the matter. Alize shall be the one to conjure the familiar. Daughter character.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay? Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
So a bunny? Or pig?
A porksy. I think I know what you mean. There we are. How's that?
Oh, I remember the pasty white kid. He's just dead inside.
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
She looks pissed.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric.
Never realized how blue her eyes are. And his.
Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Okay, apparently this is Pokemon. Also, Angelo, what is she, Italian?
Mother, I...
So wait, all of this was just to get his soul back? We had to summon a familiar to be like what, a bridge? Huh. How is he, Becklug? Did it work? I mean, he cried. I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. Not soul, but it's some stuff. Do they explain, or are you just like, that's the long and short of it? If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering, this magic asks much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I will need time to pull my theories to the proof, or put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect, that is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via Aurosite. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Becklug said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound like a lot like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of the most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Gabu. I don't remember who that is. I'm just saying it because I'm assuming, yeah. Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halrick's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with earth-aspected aether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we can save him, right? I need to get my reading up. Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? Blah, 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 blah. I see. His condition does sound familiar, yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is a delicate work we do here. Work requiring patience. Of course, and as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. Two of you should return to the Crystarium and with Becklug and see if you can't make some headway with their newly posited theories. I would tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium then. Yes, I wish I still had the fire of youth. Finally, I've found you. Oh, is this a good or... Okay, that's a good person. It's that dude. Kai Shear, what are you doing all the way out here? There's trouble back in Yulmore. Lady Chai is beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. Ah, come on, this chair. I take it I will be returning to the Crystarium alone. Go on, then. It's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, Becklug. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Yulmore's at stake. Ba 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 ba. Roy. Lady Chai's up in the parlor. Best not keep her waiting, eh? Well, I do suppose so. Yes. Ba 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 da ba ba. Can I use this to teleport? Register PS Plus free destination. Excuse me? Okay. Easy enough. It's crazy. Each stream is only going to be 2 hours, but I'm not entirely sure how much we're going to be able to do in 2 hours. I'm going to definitely do my best, though. Well, not here seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that, sighing. Strange. Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. O'Dulia.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
He's dead.
That is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthri out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
I personally think he went to go find a thinner wife. I really don't need any of this, to be honest. I'll just take the silver pieces. Alphino. It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will has seen something, I am sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or, failing that, if they had any idea where he might have gone. I will meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. The Glory Gate with the hole. I know, I'm being silly. Moen, you finished the lawn? Hey, I'm just full of them tonight. Master Chai? Why, yes, I spoke with him recently, though I recall he was in a rather dour mood. Concerned about Yulmore's neglect of industry, you see. All gates. With Lord Vothry's apparently inexhaustible stores of mule and no great need for money, it's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the Boutique of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yulmore, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Your exchange with Moen has taught you about the stagnant state of the business in Yulmore. Well, that's no good. I gotta go this way. Are these aren't the stairs. What am I doing? Where are the stairs down? I see it on the map, but... Oh, I see. Okay. Here we go. I got my buddy Carbuncle. I've got Midgardzomer hanging out, flying around, settling down on my shoulder. He's a good little fella. The Shadowbringers theme. Isn't this just the Yulmore theme? Or are you talking about in general, like the Shadowbringers theme is really good? Also, I found out that at the title screen, you can actually change to... You can watch the old cutscenes and change to the actual menus of the old expansion title screen, which is pretty cool. So I tried that out and I went back to the Realm Reborn. Oh, what a throwback. Yulmore is a mix on it. They always do that. I suppose so, yeah. They do so like to mix their things up. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? When I saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defenses, amongst other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vothry, and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitted, I propose replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts and Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmore, you see, but the surrounding regions of Colusia as well. And I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. The perilous state of the defenses. I probably could have just used an Aethernet shard, but whatever. But specifically, Shadowbringers is so good. I'm going to have to listen to it because I don't remember the theme off the top of my head. The music just in general. I love Final Fantasy music. Doesn't matter who composes it, it seems. They all seem to be really good at it. I recall a man fitting that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately, come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts, and you can be assured we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing. There was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies. But folk here don't just want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself, something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. Looked like he was headed for Gate Town when I last saw him. Okay. You know, I actually did say that I would actually, when it was available, I would do all the blue side quests, because they always have something locked behind them. Because there's no doubt in my mind, I will forget where these things are. Oh, there's a lookout one right there. And I can't call my mount, so how I'm going to get up there, I don't know. Let's have a look around. Pretty sure I can't just jump. There's no parkour in this game, so probably won't be able to just like sprint and jump there. That's my only thought, is I sprint from up there and I jump. I don't think that's going to do anything, but no, that's too far. Even sprinting wouldn't do anything. Oop. Ah, up here. Yep. Okay, we have to sprint up from there. Oh, nailed it. What up? Yeah, buddy. All right. Nice. Whee! Ah, there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue as to Master Chai's whereabouts? There are my notes. Read them if you want. Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the Bee. Perhaps the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? I didn't hit anything, but alright. All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Yulmore, but its surrounding elements. It seems logical, then, that having consulted those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without. Valtamont, if you would go and make inquiries in Right, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town I leave to you, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet when we've finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to me to be his next most likely destination. Let us reconvene here, or there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then, but if not, we'll be well situated to continue our search. Alright. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Do we know? I haven't looked up any details on Dawn Trail, but Do we know that if they're raising the level cap? I imagine they are, right? Would they do the classic 99, or are they actually going to go above that? And if I did do any kind of like research on it, I've completely forgotten. Hastelot. That's a weird name. 100. Okay, so they're not doing the classic Final Fantasy 99. I was kind of hoping, but you know, it's whatever. No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking Mistel gentleman here not long ago. I'm guessing that actually is pronounced Mistel, but whatever. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to their promises of meal and the chance of lavish life among the free, and Vothri thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we had left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vothri's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend. Chai News, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. Ah, so you did see him. Would have been neat. We do get a level out of it, with the promise of more. Of course. I mean, they still have Final Fantasy XI going, though they probably haven't updated it in like 15 years. I always thought about getting back. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. I always thought about getting back into 11 as well. You can only play it on PC these days, which is fine. You know, the 360 version was the best version on the consoles, but man, it'd still be really cool to just kind of plug in the PS2 and see if it works. Not the PS2, but Final Fantasy XI. But it doesn't. Obviously, they shut the servers down years ago. That, I mean, I genuinely, like, the last time I fired that up was when the servers were still live. That was years and years ago. But, boy, I'm sure it looked way better on a tube TV, because it was a blurry, blobby mess when I looked at it on a LCD. I'm like, how the hell did I play this? You can't see anything. So he paid a visit to both Wright and Gatetown as well, did he? I see. Kaishir and I gleaned much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Calusia. The only likely place he has left to go being Amity. Come, if we are quick, we may yet catch up with him. Yes, let me mount up and fly. Oops. Yeah, I was thinking about taking a second to actually, like, set up the hotbars for my keyboard and mouse, but I was like, meh. We've only got 2 hours. I don't want to waste half of it putting my stuff back together. I'll do that off camera. Well, 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 look who it is, Mr. I'm running away from home. And my fat wife. Valtamont, Alphino, Kaishir, what are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word, and bade us return you to her side. What blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. Though I suppose she could have overlooked it, and when she gets an idea into her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai, but since we are here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you had been elected mayor. From what we had gathered, and from what we have gathered from the nearby villages, you have been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Calusia, that much is true. But I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor. Why is it getting windy all of a sudden? I see. And you believe said resources can be found here? Indeed. The people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such forethought is in itself proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. Whatever you need, you can count on us. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Yulmore, but that dream's gone now, burst like a bubble, or a boil, more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphino, I haven't had a clue what to do with myself. Spent most days in a daze. But you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You've got this lot up Mount Gold, didn't you? How hard could mayoring be? You're going to steer Yulmore to a better future, I know it. And I want to help. Properly help. Do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. You give me entirely too much credit, the lot of you, but I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let us press on together. Thank you, Master Chai. You were talking to Alphino. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I'm here. To find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly, and are you certain he's here in Amity? Rendon is his name, and yes, he is. Or was. I had scarcely begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Vothri's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left, and between them, they kept Yulmore on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him, here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light of his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristal then. As I recall, you made rather a favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us. Chinese! Yeah, I remember Tristal. Greetings, friends. And to you, too, Master Chai. I presume you are here to ask after Rendon. I couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Vothri gone, Yulmore wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city would very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in the hope that we could build a better Yulmore, together. And that is still what my wish. But given how abominably you were mistreated there, I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yulmore, and I would not see you suffer for Vothri's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meetings earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and the little patience for anyone who he deems less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of your past, of Yulmore's past, is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying, he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive, commit to this course, and prove to him Yulmore has the resolve to change. The resolve to change. I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well. To Pit 8 we shall go. And I will not take no for an answer. Nay, not even a maybe. Well, maybe. And away we go. To Pit 8. I don't even know if I've been there. We probably have. We have. It's just this... Okay, it's the name of this small area.
Well, well, it's you again. Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
Didn't know this was actually a cutscene.
No, I didn't invite them, as it happens, though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmoran's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Vorthry's villainy, the famous warriors of darkness.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vorthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Vorthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. It is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. It seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthry. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
A Yulmore for the people. I rather like the sound of that. But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office.
You would?
You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Fair deal. I think that's a fair compromise. Right then. Is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Yulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Ah, yes, even barter. Meal being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. And a man who hungers is not like to contribute much to society, save violence, perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer and I will consider offering my counsel. A combination of measures would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue of supply, and another that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My, think of that all by yourself, did you? Well, yes, it began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago, after speaking with the peoples of Yulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chinese. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet. Only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them the means to do so. A fair point, Rendon, and one to which I have given much thought. I propose to use the Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos? But Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as the heir of Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. That means he's going to ask us to help. Money, money, money. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so this is question marks. I'm guessing this is a major. I mean, we don't know it, but it's a major quest. Finding good help. Now, where is that? On the list. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. We're actually 3 from the end of 5.1. Okay. And at the end of it, we're going to get black and white. Oh, it's an achievement. Okay. Speaking of achievement, I completely forgot to turn on the notifications for trophies, but the trophies for this game are pretty basic. Like, I have to, I don't know, kill 10,000 enemies and do 10,000 dungeons and stuff like that. It's all pretty straightforward stuff. In-game achievements are actually fun to get to. I just wish they had like a more unique sound to them that was like as appealing as a trophy or an achievement on Xbox. Except Rendon is quite right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have, which is why I propose to make use of the long-abandoned Talos which wander the wilds of Calusia. They will need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at top rung. Come with me. Righto! You mean all these big guys right here? Yep. The old memory hasn't let me down yet. Well, he didn't say yet, but you know what? Whatever. I added it there. Improvisation, all right? This chest contains canisters filled with a dashedly potent insulating powder capable of halting the flow of aether in a Talos. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let fly, thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I have said before, it's high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Good, I don't have to do it. Well, maybe not entirely by myself. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Yeah, you would hope so. But, you know, there are people in this world who can't even throw a football. Come off it, Master Chai. I forgot, this guy is like super British. Even if the Talos ain't a threat, there's 101 other things out there waiting to make a meal of you. I'm not going to keep doing that. That's as may be, Kaishir, but Rendon tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. Which isn't to say the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth following, I must lead by example. Well said, Master Chai. Well, yes, it should go without saying that I have no intention of dying for this. I've always preferred living to see the fruits of my labors. And to make sure I do, I will require your help. It is as Kaishir says, these lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beasts that could get in the way of my work. I will also need you to alert me when it is safe to subdue the Talos. Understood? Why won't I just go out and kill the beasts that are going to hurt you? That would be easier. Good. Then let's be off to the quick way through the north gate and see if we can't find a suitable vantage point for you. We obtained 1,339 gil. If we were just 2 gil short, it would have been elite gil. No. This right here. Keep a lookout for danger and alert Chai News when it is safe to incapacitate the Talos. You may move the spyglass as well as zoom in and out. Point the spyglass at Chai News and give him the signal to sneak near the Talos with R2 or X. Okay. So basically just make sure his back is turned. Come on, you got him. Throw it. Okay, it's a good thing you didn't fall backwards. Now that would have been funny, but also very bad. I did it? I did it. Let's move on to another Talos, shall we? Well, he did say even he should be able to throw something. Alright, so this guy is... I'm just going to keep it locked on him. There you go. Enemies returned, and I figured that'd be a good time as any to send him. Oh, no. I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. Yes, throwing is quite easy. You may leave the next one to me, Valtmont. Oh, good. I don't have to do anything. Figure it out, old man. Can you toss it from there? I bet you that, like, Roger Clemens could or something. Even in his old state. I just wanted to play. Ha ha! That should do it. Now we have all we need to proceed. And then a monster appears. Ah! Not this time. Not this time. He's got an army now. Holy crap. I do love the writing in this game. It's so good. I can scarcely believe it. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. He's clipping through the ground. I did it. What's with the mean face, dude? Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmor's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is a plan your time at Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmor. I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Yulmor the benefit of your counsel. I would be honored. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. It would seem Yulmor's leadership is at last in capable hands, would you not agree? Yes. We should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai. After you have tinkered with the Talos and all that. Lady Chai is worried sick. Is this a cutscene? I guess we'll find out in a second. That's some fighting music.
Right. Right then. Form a line and make for Yulmore.
What's that noise? Wicked White! Runaway Talos! Call the guard! Stay back! All of you!
2 guards, that's all they got?
Is that... Darling, you're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see.
Dearest, I can't.
Oh! Oh dear.
Of course. Did she just kill him?
Thank you.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Oh, how wonderful!
These two are simply just silly. She's gonna kill him again.
Please.
He is such a wimp, dude. He's such a wimp, even his fat wife just throws him around like a rag doll. That was quite a reception, one Master Chai will struggle to forget. Yes, she temporarily killed him. More seriously, the arrival of the Talos has seized the public's attention. Once word has spread around Yulmore, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. But of course, he is Chinese. Ooh, we get an orchestrion role. Nice. Oh, that's something else I should do. She's a gag character like Mr. Manderville. Yeah. That is true. Gag character, they are kind of like main characters at this point. Main NPCs anyway. They have been for a while, it seems. But yeah, I just remembered I should definitely head back at some point, maybe after we've gone through the main scenario quest, somewhere in between Endwalker and Dawn Trail, and continue to do my squadron or whatever the heck it is, that little mini game. I always enjoyed it. No need to fret, Valtamont. I have never felt better. And not at all overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Yulmore. As for where to do it, if we're to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough would be the Emergent. Then I will go and spread the word among the citizens, both free and bonded, that they are to assemble there to meet their new mayor. You there, Kaishir, was it? Would you go and inform the residents of Gate Town and the derelicts? Of course I will. Good lad. I will let the guards know not to bar the way to Vothri's chambers. It goes without saying that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend, assuming he's available. Might as well see it through to the bitter end, eh? The doorman at the Crown Lift will show you up. Well, of course. I am the Warrior of Light Darkness. That's right, I said it. I am the Warrior of Light Darkness. I have both in me. One thing I actually, I thought I've been thinking about a lot lately is, I don't know, maybe this weekend, we'll see. I've got to spend one of these days playing Destiny 2's last season storyline. The last wish, if you will. Just to get an idea as to where they're going with the story for the last expansion for the Light and Dark saga. Oh, wait. I'm just gonna go here. No sense in running when I can teleport, and I've got, well, just over 500,000 gil. What's up, Chad? Ah, yes, Master Chai told us to expect you. The Emergent is already filling up with people of all persuasions, free and bonded, citizens and non-citizens. But for you, our guest of honor, we have reserved a place at the front, right this way, sir. Oh, I feel so loved.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around? Tis a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthry's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, But today, we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town 2. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Vorthry. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values. No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Vorthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new, to what manner of nation Yulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward. This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength for Yulmore!
Quite the rousing speech, I must say. He had me. At hello. Was a fine speech, Master Chai. I believe your words stirred every soul in attendance. Stirred them to action, I hope. If I have learned anything from all of this, it is that change begins with the individual. Also true in real life, by the way. I think his character's a good one. It is a good one. You didn't think much of him when you first meet him, but it's like, this dude turned out to be, like, pretty important. As you said, his wife is more like a gag character, but she is with him, so it's, you know, it's like a pair, it's a package deal. 'Tis but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. Assuming my fellow Yulmorans can, it shall be my honor and privilege to help them walk this road we have chosen. But we must not forget the individuals who made all of these changes possible. Were it within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism into the very stone upon which this city stands. Oh, I don't need that. Just a couple gold coins and we're good to go. I hate to change the subject, darling, but now that you have officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? Or seal. Was that seal? Seat? Seal. We will not be moving into the emergent, dearest. It's too big for one thing, and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will not govern here in the parlor. And I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I much prefer the view from the parlor. Begging your pardon, Master Chai, but have you got time for a word? Yes, of course. Hathen? Bet? Aye, that's me. I like your speech. But there's folk outside these walls as don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting their crumbs. If you've a plan to change that, I want to help set things in motion. Then we've much to discuss. No sooner do I take office than my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Valtamont. I hope to see you again before long. She didn't even bow. What a bitch. What a day. I don't know what it means exactly, but I do know I've got plenty to think about. I sense we all have a great deal to consider. I had resolved to remain here until such time as Yulmore's future was secured, but it is clear to me now that the city is in capable hands. 'Tis a nice place. I have every confidence they will find their way, and I believe it is time we went on ours. Yeah, this was a long quest line, to be honest. I mean, obviously it's been a long time since I played the game, but like, we came back to Yulmore quite a few times, and now there's a chick dancing. I think that's a player. Yeah, that's a player. So Alphino's leaving too, is he? Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. Except for the decor, am I right? I've been thinking about what I should do in all this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friends in paradise. That paradise is gone, but something better's taken its place, and I reckon I want to be a part of it. This Yulmore for the people Master Chai's been going on about ain't gonna build itself after all. Not that I'm much of a builder. Me and my friends will find a way to make a difference, though. Help keep things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than the one to which you clung before, and one I am happy to say we share. Whatever path you choose, I will pray for your success. I do love Shadowbringers. Everything from the expansion to the end of 5.3 is a wonderfully made story. It all seems pretty solid. I mean, the writers have done a really good job here. Well, when you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We've got a few ideas of how we can do our bit. Just a matter of taking the first step. Why, yes, sir. That's correct. All right, we are on the last quest of 5.1. And I really would like to finish it, but we've only got like maybe 8 minutes. We might have to go a little bit longer just to see it through, but I don't know how long it could be. So it is better than Endwalker, but Endwalker is definitely second. Well, since I haven't gotten into Endwalker yet, I guess we'll find out. But Shadowbringers is a pretty solid expansion. Though I gotta say, man, I mean, oops. I gotta say, Heavensward was an unbelievable experience. I loved Heavensward. I think we'll leave it here. We'll finish 5.1 next week, though I probably will label the stream 5.2. As this is the last one, and 5.2 is about the same length. So that's good. That's fine. Either way, we're fully ready for Endwalker when we get to it because, well, I'm max level. I've been max level. I've been 90 probably since, like, what? Way before Shadowbringers, I think. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for me tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. To anybody who joined in, Huffman, as always, man, thank you so much for hanging out. I always appreciate you hanging with me, man. Definitely join me next Monday, where we will pick right back up where we left off in Dragon's Dogma. I did actually check after the stream yesterday to see if there was a buyback option for the blacksmith. There is not, so I lost those golden stilettos like an idiot. But I'm sure we'll come across some pretty awesome gear later on for myself and my pawn, so we'll find out. But join me again on Monday, where we'll pick right back up in Dragon's Dogma and continue the story over there, and see what we need to be up to next, because I have no idea at the moment. So, and then of course, throughout the week, be ready for another episode of Final Fantasy XIV Fridays next Friday, same time, 10 p.m. and we're gonna move on to patch 5.2, and who knows how long that'll take. It'll probably be a few streams, but we'll get it done, and before you know it, we'll be in Endwalker enjoying a new expansion. But until Monday, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Final Fantasy XIV, and have a great weekend. I'll see you guys later.